les doy la bienvenida a este nuevo espacio que para mí es muy bueno para hacer lecturas en vivo. Vamos a hacer fragmentos de algunas lecturas de mis obras, pero también vamos a hacer algunas lecturas sobre algunos libros que me encantan, ¿no? Y recuerda que la lectura es la base del conocimiento, ¿sí? Durante muchos años a mí, mis padres me inculcaron leer, ¿sí? Y yo se los agradezco porque con eso pude tener mucho conocimiento en muchas áreas, ¿no? Inclusive también me enseñaron mucho sobre la música, sobre varias cosas que te voy a ir. Hola, ¿cómo estás, Yadia? ¿Cómo estás? Muchas cosas en lo que me han ayudado a ser lo que soy, ¿no? Y también, bueno, varias personas de mi familia, mis familiares también contribuyeron a ayudarme a crecer en el conocimiento, ¿no? Y yo te lo quiero compartir en este espacio de lunes de lectura. Es Monday Readings, es en inglés, ¿no? Y hoy nos toca leer mi libro, La familia y la escuela, un equipo sin igual, pero en inglés, como ves. Entonces es Family and Children, a Unique Team, ¿ok? We're going to begin. Vamos a empezar con esta lectura. Espero que te guste y vamos a hacer una serie de lecturas en español también y en inglés de mis obras, pero también de otras obras que me encantan. Entonces espero te guste este espacio. Es un momentito nada más, pero acuérdate que hay que darle un momento a la lectura, ¿sí? Ok, empezamos. The value of children. Talking about your work as a parent, it's not easy. It involves reading, learning, and seeing other parents in order to apply strategies or methods that work. We are adapting rules and standards to our family as each one is different. I expose here points that can help us in our work as a family. Points that we must take into account in order to have contact with our children. My experience as a mother has given me invaluable knowledge. Every day I connect with that wisdom that you acquire after long conversations with mothers and grandmothers. Wait. My parents provided me with the most beautiful example of parenting, as it was not easy for them to give attention to the different demands of my brothers and myself. It is not an easy task to be a parent. This has helped me to apply my about home education. It also requires constant reading these other parents and of other children to discuss how to get this small, medium, or large person to understand rules and norms day by day. We live difficult times of great economic pressure, heavy working hours, etc. This must be overcome with a lot of love in a solid family. All right. Being parents today is not an easy task. It implies commitment, responsibility, and above all, patience. We must be aware that we must be emotionally sane in order to guide them. Even if we don't talk They notice how we feel and are contaminated by the feeling. It is very important to apply this at homes, in schools, and even in companies, which each one of the individuals that make up the team. If there is a balance in your emotions, you can achieve invaluable benefits, such as increase our self-awareness. This means to be aware of how we feel about external and internal situations. An example of this is when we get angry at something that a relative has said out, or we stay silent and do not say our opinion, and we are left with a feeling of discomfort. It is necessary to have a fine perception to notice that physical reactions that the body experiences, stomach ache, headaches, what happens, and also the emotional reactions, crying, screaming. Therefore, it is important to have moments of reflection using techniques such as mindfulness or another relaxation activity that allows us to identify these sensations. Number two, it makes it easy for us to choose that make us tolerant pressures and frustrations. An example, we feel uncomfortable about a working situation. In my case, I choose to breathe deeply in my chair until I feel peaceful and calm. I try to forget what is happening around me for as long as necessary. Another alternative would be to go to another place where there is peace and tranquility. This is with water, nature, and let sounds of the place to acquire inner relaxation. It is not necessary to go to a peaceful place. Sometimes it is enough to another room and do breathing exercises that help me calm down, to sort out my ideas, and then establish an open dialogue with the other to solve the present conflict. Three, we improve our ability to work as a team. If we achieve the emotional equilibrium already mentioned, we can be considered as tolerant people who listen to viewpoints more openly. We need to learn to listen to each family member, reach agreements through open dialogue, and assign tasks to develop. Remember, parents, you are the head of the family, not your children. As in the companies, there is a hierarchy that you must respect. Yes, it is important to gather opinions to achieve a better job, but the decisions are taken by the adult or the person who is in the highest level of the organization chart. Number four, it helps us to grow socially. If we achieve empathy with family members, we will grow as a team. People seeing such harmony will want you to share it with them, and even ask how you manage to keep the balance among all of you. Empathy is to detect the needs of the other without judging. Only though active listening will we be able to act and help the other. This helps us to open a channel of deep communication of feelings and help us to be able to identify how each person within a group is feeling. You must have a weekly reunion. It can be on the week where the people expresses their needs and can be transparent without hurting others in what they feel about some situations that have occurred and which they are not comfortable with. You must schedule a family day, a day for the couple and another day for each of the children, depending on how many children you have. Number 5, increases motivation and offers leadership skills. As a parent, you may feel very good seeing that you have accomplished a good job at home with your couple, with the children, and as a person. Your self-esteem increases when you see good results, and this helps you an emotional balance at all times. As a child, you feel protected and fine because you know that your parents will support you at all times and will listen to your needs. This also increases security in them. Feeling safe increases the notion that they will be able to do things right, which results in good behavior, good grades, etc. If we had the opposite, a home with discussions without listenings, the results will not be favorable. In the latter case, it is important to go with a professional who can help us find the right path and establish agreements. If you should be note that nowadays families are different, and if we achieve harmony in the homes, this will give impressive outcome. Number 6, it gives us a higher chance of success and personal development. As you can tell, achieving emotional balance opens doors you could not imagine existed and allows you to discover skills you didn't know you had. For example, I was unaware that I transmitted calmness to my partner. When he told me that, since he had met me, he managed to develop patience before situations. I noticed I had this ability. At work, a teacher told me that although we work in different areas, she always saw me with a smile, and this made her feel happy. So you can have an important influence on others, leaving a footprint that cannot erase. It can be positive or negative. You decide. Bueno, los dejo con estas lecturas el día de hoy. Espero que te hayan gustado y que te haya gustado lo que dice este texto, que nos da algunas estrategias para valorar a los hijos, ¿sí? De alguna manera y para emplear tanto en la escuela como en la casa, como en la empresa, cómo valorar a cada uno de los miembros y darle ese tiempo que necesitan, ¿sí? Porque a veces se nos olvida que tenemos que ver las necesidades de otros, ¿no? Como ya lo vimos en el tema anterior de ser líder, se nos olvida esa parte y hay que valorar esa parte, ¿ok? Espero que te haya gustado este lunes de lectura y nos vemos el siguiente lunes, pero ahora sí a las 4. Lo que pasa es que ahora tendré que salir a una cosa que tengo que hacer, por eso lo adelantamos un poquito, pero bueno, te mando muchos saludos, soy tu amiga Clara Govela y estamos en contacto siempre. Bye.